So here's our leaderboard. Look who's in first place with the lowest loss. Top of the board is all red. We're all losing money here. Even Mr. Chicken Chin at Winner Chicken Dinner is down. How about you? Mr. I got $50 left on the penny. How is the market doing now? Oh, look at all that red. Well, that's Europe. I don't care so much about that. Yeah. Oh, I have to refresh. It's not letting up. Man, look at that. S&P 500, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the Russell. Oh, it's just all ugly. Commodities are up. Gold and silver are up. Yeah, we bought it right at the most expensive time, I think.
Why would you buy Tesla when it's run by Elon Musk?
England is down, but the Japanese are up. They're closed up.
Okay, why would you buy Tesla? Their stock's been plummeting for months. I don't even pay attention to the stock market right now.
Other classes are in the green. I'm just saying. I have 3. Yeah, Amanda was top of her class.
Everybody is fine except our class. We're just really bad at investing. I think that's what.
Or y'all just went a little more risky, and not everything is down. The majority is down. Right, but not everything. Is what I'm saying. Yep. All right, so by now you should have tracked your current numbers for all 5 of your companies. If you would please join me in GimKit. Have you done the new GimKit mode? What's that? Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Join me in GimKit, please. There is guys, there's a new GimKit mode called Snowball. Basically, it's a snowball fight. So the directions, and we're going to, guys, stop talking over me. We're going to do this in teams. So if you look up at the board, how you play the game is on the board, all right? So your goal is to knock out as many other players as you can on the other team. Answer questions to earn snowballs, then launch these snowballs at other players. Oh, and try not to get hit yourself. Everyone will be trying to pelt you. Now, you can get hit a couple of times with a snowball and not have it affect you. Then a couple more will slow you down. You'll start to go like see-through, and then all of a sudden you'll be respawned. Like in Jumanji, you go away and then you come back. The people on your team will have a little V over their head, a little carrot over their head. But these two are obviously on opposing teams, so you have this little thing that looks almost like, guys, can we stop talking over me? Have like a water pistol in their hand, except that it's shooting out snowballs. This is your aiming thing, so wherever this thing is the direction that your snowballs will go. There are 2 modes. In this mode, you will get the answer question button here. You need to answer questions properly. For every right answer, you get 7 snowballs. Okay, then you have to move to this button down here to actually launch the snowballs. All right, so the team with the most knockouts at the end of the game wins. It's a simple, fast-paced, action-packed mode that we're going to do. Again, I can set it up as individuals, but we're going to do it as teams. So we'll do 8 minutes just because I like even numbers better than odd because I'm weird that way. And we're going to break you into 2 teams. So your GimKit join code is 117951. I've written to them and asked, is there a way that I can join as a spectator? There we go. I found it. I do not want to be in the game. They were killing me this morning. Like 5 of them were just pelting me with snowballs this morning. And I swear a few were ice balls. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, we're all in. Here we go. So again, you have to answer questions. Here are your teams up on the board. Guys, look up at the board if you want to see who's on your team. Oh, I'm spectating Gabriel. Gabriel's blinking. Okay, well, you don't kill people, you just nail them with snowballs. So we can see Caden's on his team. She's got a little carrot over her head. Oop, got Alexa. Get him, Frank, get him, Frank. Who you after, Noli? Who you after? Kind of a fun mode. When we played first period, I had them do individual, and it was just awful. Like it was a free for all. Like they all, like 8 people were shooting snowballs at me, and then 8 people were shooting snowballs at and so forth. I like the team much better. So our word of the day. Close down your laptops. I got a couple of films on or videos I'm going to show you. So our term of the day is mutual funds. Mutual funds are a collection of investments under one umbrella, which is managed by a professional. These investments can be anything from stocks and commodities to bonds and money market securities. So if you think about it, mutual funds have something mutually in common. So you might have a mutual fund that is invested in the pharmaceutical industry, or in the automotive industry, or in the baked goods industry. They have something that is mutually common amongst them. So I'm just trying to get some of these other terms from the stock market and the world of investing in front of you, so at least you see them before you start adulting for real. So I've got a video, I call it the buy low, sell high video, and then I'm going to show you how you can sell your stocks in the game and what the parameters for that are. So your first video, wait a minute, I forgot to turn the volume way up. I'm blowing people away earlier.
So this is our stock chart along the bottom. You can see the months of the year, January, February, March, April, May, and so on. And then up the left side are the different dollar amounts that we can purchase shares of this stock for. So there's a stock price of $10. So let's say we get into the stock market buying this stock at $10. That's in January. Then in February, it goes up to $40. Then in March, it goes up to $70. So at this point, have we made money?
Yes or no?
Yeah.
April, the stock goes up to $90. In June,
Nay.
it's at $100. Again, have we made money?
Yes or no?
Yes.
July finds us at $100. August, our stock is still at $100. August, our stock drops to $50 per share. Have we lost money?
Yes or no?
September, we remain at $50. In October, our stock price drops down to $40. Then in November, our stock price drops to $5 per share. Have we made money? Have we lost money?
Made or lost?
In December, turns out it's a really good month, and our stock rises up to $120 per share. So if we follow the trends here, at what point have we lost money?
November.
Well, you should have said never.
Oh.
So it looks like in November we've lost money, but other than that, every other month we have made money. But in reality, we have not sold a single share yet, so we have not lost any money. And you would say, from January to February, our portfolio went up. From February to March to April and to May, our portfolio kept going up. May, June, and July, we had a steady portfolio. And then in August, our portfolio value went down. In August. August and September remained the same. In October, our portfolio value went down again. In November, our portfolio dipped below what we had purchased the stocks for originally. If we were to sell at this point, we would have lost money. But we didn't. We held on. And then in December, the stock jumped all the way up to 120. If we sold at any point other than November, during this year, we would have made money. Obviously, we would have made the most money if we had sold in December. So as you move into this investment unit and buying and selling stock, remember that the mantra for the stock market is to buy low and sell high. Buy low, sell high, or buy low and sell high.
All right, now there's a thing with this buy low, sell high in mind. There's a thing out in the investing world called dollar cost averaging, because it's very hard, near impossible, to time the market, to know exactly when it's going to go down and when it's going to go up, except for COVID, for those of us that were in the know. Because my daughter was in Taiwan, so we had been watching COVID, we had been watching what was happening in Wuhan since the end of October, beginning of November. And we watched it slowly migrate. So by the time it got here in March, I knew it was coming. I knew how hard it was going to be hitting. And so we closed down. School shut down on the 13th. That following Tuesday or Wednesday, I went to my stockbroker and said, here's $2,000. Put it in the market. Because I knew it was going to keep going down. And it did. How long did it take from the time it tanked to the time it got back to where it was pre-March 13? Yes, it has. It took 57 days to get back to where it was when COVID hit. 57 days. It went up, it went down. It's gone up, it could come down a little bit, but it has not dipped back down to the point that it was at when COVID hit, or some of the other big things. The market is very reactionary to what's going on in the world. I've not been watching the news lately, so I don't know what's causing this. Is this a bear or a bull market right now? What trend? Yep. So I haven't been watching the news to see what's going on that's causing this. But let me get back to that. I typically do not do single stocks. I typically go with mutual funds. Because when you're in for one company and, let's talk about Tesla, and he starts bad-mouthing things, depending on how people feel strongly about things, people will say, well, forget it. I'm getting out of that stock. I'm getting out of that company. And so that one company, if you have everything invested in that one company, and that company goes down, now your portfolio value has sunk. Versus if it's part of a mutual fund, if there are 5 companies and one drops, the overall mutual fund is still doing okay. Maybe down, but it's not as far down as if you had only been invested in the one company. So what most stockbrokers will try to encourage you to do is called dollar cost averaging. Now let's just say that I've decided that I want to invest $50 every month from now until the time I turn 65 or you turn 65. So every month over that entire time where I'm investing here. The idea with dollar cost averaging is some point, just like what was on the video, at some point the stock may be selling for a lot less, way down here. At other points, it'll be selling up. Well, if $50 will get me, I'll just say 3 shares in whatever the company is. When the market is down, when the price for this stock is down, can I buy more or less shares? I can buy more, so maybe I can get 5. When the stock market goes up and my shares go up, am I buying more or less? I'm buying less, so maybe I can only get 1 or 2. But over the course of 40, 50 years of an adult's working life, it all will kind of average out. The waters will kind of settle. So that the idea is to try to get as many shares, try to get your portfolio up as high as possible. So my advice is to start investing as soon as possible. Can you guys start a 401k right now? Because a 401k is a company-sponsored retirement fund. So you have to be working at a company that offers this to you. Can you right now start an IRA? IRA stands for individual retirement account. Yes, so it's the individual can start it as long as, I'm going to ask you to pick up that car soon and smack them with it. Huh? As an individual, as long as you have earned income, earned taxable income, you can start an IRA. At your age, unless you're 18, at your age, it has to be a custodial account. So a parent, a grandparent, aunt and uncle, somebody needs to sign the dotted line with you, because as an under 18 aged person, you are not legally enabled to enter into a contract, which is what this is. But once you're over 18, you don't need a parental type. So until you're 18, you would need a custodial account. Some adult who's over 18 who will sign up for you. Mariana, what are you saying no to? There you go. You can do it on your own if you want. Josh, I was kidding about the car. Okay, you started it. I was kidding about the car. All right. Does this sort of make sense? Because we're going to keep revisiting this idea. You want to invest as soon as possible, and you want to do it consistently. The people who end up as multimillionaires, regardless of what they do for a living, are the people who start investing early and do it throughout their entire working life. They don't do it for 5 years and then stop, because it's very hard to get back into it. They're not the ones who say, oh, wait, I'm 50, I better start investing. It's better late than never, but the people who end up with the biggest retirement accounts are the ones who start early and just consistently put in an amount month after month, year after year. I'm saying you could easily retire with $7 to $10 million. Yeah, but if the stock market loses that kind of money, the world is in a bigger world of hurt, then money can bail you out of it. I mean, like the world has kind of imploded, socioeconomically speaking. If you're not smart. That's why you hire a professional. You get what you pay for. All right, the next thing, guys, So we're in Christmas season. If Marshall's has a buy 3, get 1 free, or buy 1, get 3 free deal, buy 1, get 3 free, would you be running over to Marshall's to get a one thing of anything to get 3 for free? Video games are going for sale. If you buy 1, we'll give you your choice of any other 3 that you want for free. Most people would go running to Marshall's or to Walmart or to Macy's or whatever for that sale. The stock market is one of those only places where people turn tail and run the opposite direction because they don't understand. With dollar cost averaging, when things go on sale, you get more things than what you typically could get for that same amount of money. It's just one of those weird things that happens.
to sell your stocks if you want. Now, there's a couple of caveats. Number one, you must always be invested in 5 stocks, 5 different companies. The other caveat is that you must continue to track the original 5 companies, the companies that you've been tracking all along. So let me show you how to sell your stock. So to do this, I'm first going to check and see what I'm currently invested in. I can see on the chart right here the different companies that I've chosen to invest in, although you are to only have 5. I have this many because I've got so many classes right now I was buying in. And maybe I want to sell, let's see, what's not doing so good. I don't have, Under Armour isn't doing real great. However, the Christmas season is coming up, so maybe I want to hold on to that. We got some Black Friday kind of sales going on. So I'm going to choose McDonald's. But to check what investments you are in right now, all I have to do, all you have to do is come up to my portfolio and click on transaction history. Once this opens, you will see each of the companies that you're invested in, how many shares of the stock that you bought. You'll see what the stock symbol is, and you'll see what the price per share and how much you paid. So again, I decided I was going to do McDonald's. So I currently have 10 shares of McDonald's. So to sell my stock, I'm going to come back up to make a trade as if I am buying a stock. So literally click on make a trade. And instead of buy, I'm going to say sell. I'm going to say MCD because that's the McDonald's symbol. Under quantity, I'm just going to sell 4 shares.
So I want you to think of it as you're subtracting 4.
It's currently listed at $213.32. It's going to, my order estimated cost is this. Again, it says sell. So all I have to do is click on preview. I can change, cancel, or I can confirm this order. So I'm going to confirm this order, and my order has been placed successfully. And you'll see down here it says your market sell for negative 4 shares. I'm getting rid of 4 shares of McDonald's will be processed at the next market open. So at 9:30 this morning, I should see that I am down 4 shares from what I had been yesterday. And that's how to sell your stocks. Again, remember, you must always be invested in only 5 companies. And you're going to continue to track the original 5 companies that you purchased. In other words, you're going to continue to track the same stocks that you've been tracking on that stock track sheet. Have fun.
So
Good luck in the market.
You don't have to sell. If you want to see if you can beat who was it, Frank, that was at the top of the negative board? No, everybody's in the negative. You're doing the best of all of us.
So the day has finally come. You can now, within the game, sell your
Stop
stocks
playing.
if you want. Now, there's a couple caveats.
I know. So you need to stay invested in 5 companies at all times in the game, but you're going to continue tracking the original 5 companies that you had purchased. You don't need to track the new companies if you choose to change. All right, so if you want to, if you want to sell your stocks, now's the time, stay invested in 5 companies. I want you to check, either you got an email, I want you to check to see if you got an email from me this last night or this morning. Or you can check your grades. If you got on yesterday's ups and down worksheet, if you got a 0, 1, 2, you need to do the worksheet over again. I said to come back and see me. So if you totally bombed, not you missed a question or 2 or 3, but if you totally bombed, you don't get to do it again. But if you got a 0, 1, or 2, come back and see me. I want to make sure that you're on the right path before you start doing it again. All right. Other than that, finish tracking and maybe buy, sell, maybe figure out what you might want to purchase. And we have about 5 minutes left to class.